Hey, thanks for tuning in today. And what a weekend of football action. The last couple of episodes this week were recorded before the weekend because I knew that I'd be just in the mode of watching the game. And so I'll provide maybe an update on my thoughts, a couple of the games. So this is more so Australian based. There was a big AFL grand final. My local team, the Brisbane Lions, won. Second year in a row, incredible. And also the local football team, the Brisbane Broncos, beat my favourite team, the Panthers, to make the grand final next week. So it's actually a lot of interesting insights. I mean, on Snoop's performance, I'd love to talk about that. I'll do that in a later episode this week. But I wanted to jump on here because I did a post on Instagram yesterday. Gosh, yesterday feels like a lifetime ago. I was in the cafe Monday morning. I'd blocked off the morning and I was there and I'm like, right, what's the most important task for me today? And it was just mapping out all this. I've got a lot of commitments and projects running simultaneously between now and Nepal. Not only projects related to work, there's a ton of those, but also like life projects, pets, just organizing stuff, getting the weekend rewind episodes in the can while I'm away in Nepal. I'll be heading over about 5 weeks actually from today. I spent 30 minutes opened up a Google Sheet, and I did an episode about this on the podcast back in February around how I manage overwhelm. And one thing I do is I just set up a Gantt chart, really simple. I just have on the left-hand side, just list all the projects I have, all the subtasks related to it, get into detail. So if I'm doing like I'm doing a multi-3-day event later in October, and it's like even picking the outfits for that and putting them away and making sure they've been dry cleaned and just little things like that, which I know it sounds ridiculous, but once you have that sort of written down, it just, oh gosh, you feel so great. And so after doing the Gantt chart activity, I was like, oh, it feels so great. And so I was kind of smug and I went on to, I took a screenshot of my Gantt chart. I blurred out some of the details, posted it on my Instagram stories and was like, hey, just sharing, like, this is how I plan. It feels good. I don't use fancy software, just a Google Sheet, only because it's me. Like, I don't need to share the document with anyone else. And I have it so there's, each of the columns is week commencing on the Monday, and I just color code it, put X's against deadlines, and then turn it green when it's done. So it's really simple. I will just have it open as a tab like in front of me every day now, just to keep me on track. There's a lot of rows in that document. But yeah, I was feeling really confident and smug and great and just showing, hey, here's my process of planning. And then I got home, and the good thing about it is like then you've got a plan to follow. Like, okay, cool. This is what I need to do today in order to make this happen. Last night went to bed about 9:30. My sausage dog Quincy decides to wake up. Now he's been a little bit iffy lately. Just full of energy until about Thursday. And then he started eating a lot of grass, had a couple of small vomits. Sorry for the detail on Thursday. Friday he was okay. Saturday morning he vomited again. And then he was up last night just sort of wanting to go outside every hour. So by about midnight, I'm like, right, I've had enough of this. He's not going to settle. Poor little guy. Like, what is going on here? So I drove him to the emergency vet. I was there till about 2 o'clock or 2:15 this morning. And then I woke up about 5 o'clock this morning. So I'm running off about 2 hours of sleep. Actually, it's funny because I went to the barista to get my normal coffee, which is like a long black. And she's like, oh, I accidentally put a double shot in your coffee today. I'm like, that's great. I needed it. But I actually feel pretty good, to be honest. I've got a couple of meetings now. I've got some work to do. And I think it'll be fine. But anyway, so took Quincy in there. And as I was driving home, I'm like, you know what? That wasn't in the Gantt chart, having that Quincy appointment, having that emergency. But you make time for things that are important to you. But I also think the quote that John Lennon sings, I love this. And we used it at Wicked Campers a lot. We had a bumper sticker with a silhouette of John Lennon and the quote, life is what happens to you when you start making other plans. And that quote really hit me yesterday because there I was so smug about, cool, my plan, I've just got to execute on the plan, which I think is really easy. Like, honestly, executing is easy once you've got the plan and once you're confident in the process and deadlines. And if you do that, this will follow. I think that's ultimate confidence. Then you can be quickly unhinged when life happens, because this is the thing. There is no certainty is just an illusion. It's totally an illusion, and we think we have control. And I say this quote a lot that I heard, I think it was Daniel Priestley on Diary of a CEO say that we conflate certainty with competence. And so, yeah, there I was thinking, yeah, I've got this. I feel really great. I'm going to execute on this. And then bang, something happens. I guess what's so important about this is, yes, that sucked. But I think the importance of having a plan is that it helps create space. And so what I can see very quickly in my plan is, wow, I'm actually chock-a-block here be very difficult to take anything else on. I can see what my capacity is. I can see what I can do with clients in terms of spacing things out. But I also treat everything in my life as a project. So like I said, even my fitness is going in my calendar. All of that is in my calendar. I don't compartmentalize work and life. And I think the problem when I see people get burnt out is because they separate it. Like they have work and life, and lifestyle, fitness, family, all that stuff is separate to their lives. But it really should all be on the one Gantt chart as well. And what's good about today is maybe if I didn't have the plan, I'd be like, okay, I've got to do some things, but what are those things and what's the priority and what can I react to? And I feel pretty calm now. And I think it's also because I saw Quincy just this morning. He's had a really good run overnight. He's on fluids. He was crying, wanting to come home, but I'll pick him up later today. But he's looking good, just an upset stomach. I was really worried that he'd eaten something bad and would need surgery, which as a 14-year-old is not good. But he's in great care. Very lucky to have an emergency vet just down the road. So yeah, I guess what's the message here? I guess it's just like back to that John Lennon quote is we can be confident around our plans and things like that, but we also have to be really open to stuff happening left of field, and that's all part of life. Thanks for listening, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.